coast, it's time for the Texaco Star Theater, starring James Melton.
I will bring you music as swiftly as a dove. My song will fly. So swift my song will fly. On its faces, the joyous notes take wing across the sky. The blue and friendly sky. And in the music of love that I am bringing, may there be an echo to fill the night with singing. Oh, let me bring you music from within my
Texaco dealers from coast to coast again welcome you to the Texaco Star Theater. 30 minutes of music at its best and fun at its funniest. Music at its best with James Melton, David Brookman in the orchestra, the Lynn Murray Chorus, and tonight's Sunday evening visitor, the lovely lyric soprano star Virginia Haskins. Fun at its funniest when our special guest, Edwin the Fire Chief, rides in on Don Quixote's donkey. If you want to say, get ready, get set, go to your car this spring, first, get ready by seeing your Texaco dealer. Then get set with a Texaco spring changeover to Haviland Motor Oil, the premium oil that's 100% distilled. A changeover to Texaco quality lubricants for transmission and differential. And Marfac, Texaco's famous chassis lubricant. Go soon. See your Texaco dealer for a complete spring changeover. And now the man who is number 161 on his dealer's new car list, your Sunday evening host and our singing star, James Melton.
Hello, everybody, and thanks, John Reed. Just how did you know that I was number 161 in line for a new car?
I'm 162.
Well, hello, 162.
Hello, 161.
Well, it won't be long, John. No. But if you're really hard up for a car, I might sell you one from my old car collection, say my 1906 Sears Auto Buggy. Or if you really want a recent model, I could let you have my 1911 Stanley Steamer.
No, thank you, James. I'll wait till my number comes up.
Well, sounds like my number's coming up right now. And because it's Pan American Day, here's our tribute to our Latin American friends, a 1934 favorite that's as good today as it was then, El Rancho Grande.
Ay-ya! 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 I love to roam out yonder, where the buffalo wander. Free as the eagle flying, I'm roping and a tying, I'm roping and a tying. Give me my ranch and my cattle, from the great city's rattle. Give me a big herd to battle, I just love herding cattle. Diana, Diana, chin, 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 con tambores y violín. Diana, Diana, chin, 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 con tambores y violín. Aliena Rancho Grande, allá donde vivía, había una rancherita que alegre me decía, que alegre me decía. Te voy a hacer tus calzones como los usa el ranchero, te los comienzo de lana, te los acabo de cuero.
What do you say we roll out the old welcome mat for our singing visitor tonight?
It's all rolled out and ready, James.
Well, what do you say we read what it says on it?
It says, at Texaco Star Theater, welcome to the new singing star of Carousel, Virginia Haskins.
Thank you very much.
The pleasure's all ours, Virginia. And now, what do you say we sing Remember?
One little kiss, a moment of bliss, then hours of deep regret. One little smile, and after a while, a longing to forget.
One little heartache left as a token, one little plaything carelessly broken.
Remember the night you said I love you. Remember you found by all the stars above you. Remember
We found a lonely spot, and after I learned to care for all, you promised that you'd forget me not, but you forgot to remember.
Thank you, Virginia.
Say, John, what opera does the fire chief have up his sleeve tonight?
Well, James, in the heroic comedy opera Don Quixote, the hero attacks a windmill. Tonight, after all these years, the windmill fights back. And here he is, radio's great fire chief, Ed Wynn.
Hello, James. Hello, Don. Hello, everybody. Thank you. Tonight's opera is wonderful. It's Don Quixote.
Oh, Don Quixote.
And the hero of tonight's opera has remarkable eyes. His eyes are so close together, it looks like they can't make up their minds which side of his nose they want to be on. Now, he's an awful dumb man, if you know the opera. Don Quixote is very dumb. He even thinks that a Band Aid is a charity organization for musicians. Oh, some of them are worse than that. As the curtain rises, Don is jumping up and down, Don Quixote. His father says, "Are you nervous? Why are you jumping up and down?" When he is. And Don says, "No, I'm not jumping up and down because I'm nervous." He says, "I took some medicine this morning and I forgot to shake the bottle." Some of these are terrible. The father, are you following the opera? The father says, "Tell me, Don, could you love two girls at once?" And Don says, "Yes," immediately. In the next scene, Don Quixote is riding on his donkey, and he sees the heroine. Now, her name is Dulcinea. Dulcinea. That's her name. And she is a very superstitious girl. On Friday the 13th, she only goes out with men. Now listen, she is the princess of the House of Bourbon. Don Quixote sees that she's a Bourbon princess, and he runs after her. This is the first time in any opera you've ever seen a bourbon with a chaser.
I like that one, Chief.
Isn't that good? Oh, there's good jokes tonight. Anyhow, it is love at first sight. You must follow the story. It's love at first sight, and Don Quixote says, darling, I think we could make beautiful music together. And Dulcinea says, I'm sure we could make beautiful music together. So Don says, then let's get married and raise little jukeboxes. Oh, you came for this. So Dulcinea's father rushes in the opera, and he says, stop, Dulcinea. Tenebrum, the bandit, Tenebrum stole your diamond tiara. She says, Tenebrum stole my tiara? The father says, yes, he stole your tiara, and all he left you was your boom-tier. Dulcinea, this is important in the plot. Dulcinea says, Don Quixote, I will marry you if you will recover my diamonds. And at the finish of the first act, Don leaps in the air, and he says, I'm off on my donkey with my feet in the stirrups. And Dulcinea says, you darn fool, you're not on the donkey. Take your feet out of my earrings and get off my shoulders. Play that, Mr. Druckman. In the second act, Don Quixote and his valet, he has a valet. His name is Sancho. And Sancho, the valet, and Don Quixote prepare to catch Tenebrum, the robber. Now, the valet has a ruddy complexion and likes to sing. He's a sort of a ruddy valet. Well, Quixote says, Sancho, it'll be bitter cold in the mountains. I want you to buy me some long winter underwear. And Sancho says, how long do you want them? And Don says, from September to March. Well, in the next scene, Don Quixote chases the robber to his cave, and the robber tires. And it's the first robber tires he's seen in years.
I had to think that one over, Chief.
Some of these are wrong. Anyhow, then Don says, you must give me the diamond tiara so I can marry Dulcinea. And Tenebrum, the robber, says, you're going to marry Dulcinea? Why, she's twice your age. And Don says, well, you can get a lot of good tunes out of an old accordion if you know how to squeeze it. Isn't that lovely? Well, at this instant, Dulcinea's father enters. He says, Don, Dulcinea has lied to you. That's what the father says. He says, she is already married to this bandit, Tenebrum. Don retains with the jewels. Dulcinea says, how did you escape from the robber's cave? And Don Quixote says, well, we fought. And he stuck me with spears, he stuck me with swords, and he stuck me with knives, till I had enough points to get out. Then Don says, darling, if you will marry me, I will give you 4 kinds of fur coats. She says, are you kidding? You're going to give me 4 different fur coats? And he says, yes, mink, monk, dunk, and skunk. Well, as the curtain comes down, Dulcinea says to her lawyer, I want to have my marriage to Tenebrum the robber and knows because I'm in love with Don Quixote and want to marry him. And the lawyer says, well, that'll cost you $25. Dulcinea says, $25. Then call the whole thing off because there's not $25 difference between them.
Texaco Star Theater rolls on with James Milton, David Brookman, and the orchestra, the Lynn Murray Chorus, our Sunday evening visitor, Virginia Haskins, and our special guest, the Fire Chief, Ed Wynn. This sounds mighty familiar coming up, James.
For good reason, John. It's Franz Lehar's romantic song from the operetta Land of Smiles. Yours is my heart alone.
Yours is my heart alone, and without you away or near you. In dreams I see and hear you, and yielding to your fascination, I kneel to you in adoration. Dear, you are all. My queen shall reign, and my heart you enchain. All day I sigh for you, and I dream all the night. I live or die for you, my adored vision bright. Yours is my heart alone, and without you, life holds no charm. Yours every thought I own, and of the theme of every dream. All that makes life seem worthwhile dwells in your charm, and the spell of your smile. There is no song half so sweet to me as your voice whispering, I love you.
James, I would like to get the fire chief to give up his horse and buy a car.
Well, you know the chief, John, but I'll call him. Oh, chief. Yes. John Reed King wants to speak to you about car owners.
Car owners, I'll stick to my horse. Car owners don't even know how to eat.
Don't know how to eat. Now what are you talking about, Chief?
Well, all I know is I was on the road in my uncle's car the other day, and we saw two signs.
Yeah.
One sign said, good things to eat, 300 feet ahead, the sign said.
Yeah.
Then there was another sign that says, use right fork. Yeah, silly.
Well, you're impossible,
Hey,
Chief.
tell them how to eat.
The car owners, there's a whole wide range of new driving thrills waiting for you with Sky Chief, your Texaco dealer's premium gasoline.
I like horses.
There's a first special thrill in the eager response of a Sky Chief start.
Oh, speaking of starts, John, you want to hear this?
You what?
I went to a horse auction yesterday.
Yeah.
The word start made me think of this.
Oh, I see it.
The auctioneer said, here's a horse worth $1,000. Will someone give me a start? So I bid $5. Oh, it gave the auctioneer an awful start, really. Never saw anything
I think it would, Chief. But there's a new sense of mastery in Sky Chief's surging getaway.
Oh, yeah?
And then you enjoy the full peak of that Sky Chief feeling in your command of
Advertising,
superb power, magnificent power on the open road.
I understand. Son.
Yes, with Sky Chief in your tank, you'll feel a new pride in your car's performance under each different driving condition.
He says this all the time.
Think of that, Chief. Think of it.
What?
I said think of that, Chief.
Oh, well, I'll think. I have nothing to do. I'll think of it.
But, Chief, it all adds up to a luxury feeling.
It does.
And Sky Chief is luxury power, the premium achievement of Texaco developments in superior firepower.
Sounds wonderful.
Promise yourself the thrills of commanding this luxury power.
Think of that.
Now, Chief, will you stop interrupting me?
Yeah.
When I make a speech about gasoline, it's very difficult.
Difficult. I wish it was impossible. I'm just saying that.
Nevertheless, I say to car owners everywhere, stop in at your Texaco dealers for Sky Chief, the premium gasoline for those who want the best.
Well, John, the best is a horse,
Oh,
really.
gee.
It really is, a horse. You take my uncle. He was in a car. He took a young lady out in his car, and he wanted to go out in the country on a dark road, you know?
Yeah.
But he had a bad brake. When he got on the road, he ran out of gas, and the car stopped.
Ran out of gas?
Yes?
Well, that's an excuse he wanted, wasn't it, Chief?
Yes, but the car stopped right in front of a Texaco.
Now the spotlight turns full upon our lovely singing visitor, Virginia Haskins, who's going to sing one of Jerome Kern's last great melodies, All Through the Day.
run to meet you. Evening mist melts away. Smiles the moon, and soon your lips recall the kiss I dreamed of all through the day. Calls the sun, I run to meet you. Evening mist melts away. Smiles the moon, and soon your lips recall the kiss I dreamed of all through the
Nice, Virginia. Exactly 20 years ago, Ferdy Grofay sat down and drew up his Mississippi Suite. It was a sort of musical map of the old river from Natchez down to New Orleans. The last movement tells about dawn over the bayous, where Old Miss winds down to the Gulf. Millions have hummed it, and they know it as daybreak.
Daybreak, another new day. The mist on the meadow is drifting away. For it's daybreak, the sun's in the sky now.
Now, here's John Reed King with an important message for all of us.
By act of Congress, April has been designated Cancer Control Month. 170,000 Americans succumb to this dread disease every year. To bring cancer under control, the American Cancer Society has launched an all-out program of research, education, and service. Your generous support is needed to help conquer cancer. Well, James, I suppose you're going to sing Easter Bonnet next Sunday?
No, John, we're going to do better than that.
Really?
We're going to have the man who wrote it right here in the Texaco Star Theater, Irving Berle himself. And what's more, Irving's going to head up a preview of his new songs from the Rodgers and Hammerstein hit show, Annie, Get Your Gun, which opens on Broadway a few days later. All this to the tune of David Ruffin, the orchestra, the Len Murray Singers, our visitor, the charming and popular young singer, Miss Patty Clayton, and our special guest, Edwin, the fire chief, who has a blind date with Martha, the opera, that is. And I'll be around with a couple of B-flats and F-sharps myself. Till then, this is faithfully yours, friends, James Melton, saying now good night and see you Sunday.
Texaco dealers from coast to coast invite you to tune in again next Sunday to the Texaco Star Theater and to drive in anytime. Remember, you're welcome. Whenever you hear the siren and bell, think of Texaco. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.